I literally wish every day that I still had my parents here with me, especially when I receive great news or I reach certain goals. And sometimes I just want to pick up the phone and actually call them and tell them about everything that has been happening for me. But unfortunately, it's been well over 10 to 15 years since I lost both of my parents, and it's actually a feeling that I can't shake. Yes, I have learned to live with it, but it's just like deep down inside, a little part of me is still torn. A little part of me is still feeling confused. But I was also brought up to never question God and know that He never makes any mistakes. But I'm here to tell you that if you still have your parents today, or if you even still have one parent, to make sure that you appreciate them, especially if they are trying to do everything to make sure that your life is good. Even as an adult, if you still have your parents living, making a way and moving mountains for you, you better hold on to them and appreciate them while you can, because not everyone is fortunate enough to still have their parents to pick up the phone or to scoop them up for maybe a Saturday out, or just to call them at the end of the day to vent about their day. I lost my dad when I was in the 8th grade, and honestly, I could feel on that day that something had went wrong. At the time, I did not know that my dad had passed, but it was like raining that day. I was actually on my way from out of town. It was raining, and we were sitting at a stoplight, and it was like literally something in my spirit had told me that my dad had passed. Just looking back, it's like, I know I did not understand like what was trying to warn me, or what had came over me to even feel that way, or to even have that particular thought. When I got home, same day, we had came back in town from my cousin's wedding. And when I made it back home, I was so excited because I had got some new things family members had bought me, and I was excited to like show my mom what I had got. Home, my mom, she kind of seemed like she was on edge. So I was looking like, okay, like what's going on? She kind of sat me down, and that's when she broke the news to me. And I was young, but I also was smart enough to know what it meant to like experience death in the family. But I couldn't quite wrap my head around that it was actually my dad. Like, you never expect anyone to tell you that your parent has passed away. So I was a little devastated, and I just couldn't believe it at first. And then we had to go through the things, or the norm, shopping for something to wear and preparing for the day, like your hair and different things like that, making sure that you are looking nice for their special homegoing. But at the same time, it's like you still have to grieve throughout this entire process. So that happened when I was in 8th grade, and then I graduated in 2013. My mother was able to witness me graduating from high school, and unfortunately, it was 2 months after I went off to college, my mother, she actually got to drop me off at college. I'm her oldest child. She got to drop me off at college. We were able to go shopping for the different things that I needed in my dorm room. She made sure that I had tons of groceries. She got me dinner that day, when she dropped me off, and we hugged. And my best friend and I, we took a picture, and they got back on the road and they left me at college. But little did I know, 2 months later, she would pass. I'm trying not to get emotional because it's really a touchy subject for me, but I'm gonna be strong and just finish getting my message out. I used to talk to my mother every single day in between classes, updating her on the things that I would do, and she was so proud. She was so excited. She would always tell her friends and like our family members, like, oh, my baby is down at college, she's doing so good. Suddenly, it's like she started to become sick more often. So I would try to like call home, and I think the last time I really wasn't able to talk to her, I was talking to like maybe my grandmother or maybe my sister, but it was really crazy. So time went past, and one weekend I ended up going home from college. And this particular weekend, we had something going on at the church, and at that time I praise dance. So we're getting up that morning, getting ready to head to the church to go to practice, when my aunt's co-worker flagged us down. So she flagged us down. She told us to turn around because something was happening or whatever. Mind you, before she actually came, I received this inbox on Facebook. They was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I ignored the message because I'm just like, you can't be talking about me. I have no idea what you're talking about. So I ignored the message and I brushed it off. Little did I know, I was about to receive the most devastating news that I had ever received in my life. So we were outside of my aunt's apartment, and she couldn't even form the words to tell us what happened, but I could tell by the looks in her eyes that someone had passed. So at this time, I started to guess. I was like, is it my grandmother? Like, is it my grandfather? And that's when she eventually said that it was my mother. And I just remember losing it, just feeling so empty and defeated. So this is why I decided to make this video on today, to just come on here and let you guys know that you need to start respecting and cherishing your parents' relationship before it's too late and before you no longer have the opportunity to do so. But that's going to be all for today's rant. I hope that someone take this message and learn something from it, or maybe restore relationships with their parents, because life's too short. You don't know when your time is going to come, and you also don't know the time nor the hour that your parents will pass either. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.